Hello Cheeseheads, this is Franco. Just a very quick video. I want to discuss who should be chosen to partner Kane and Son in that forward three. I'm not going to consider the sort of role that Bale has been playing in that number sort of 10. We'll count that as a midfield position now. Just strictly going to focus on the right hand side. You know, players like Lamella have played there, but he's in and out of the team. Sissoko was chosen. Should never ever happen again. So I'm going to focus on Lucas, Bergwijn and Bale, as it's all of their preferred positions, and Jose's used them the most this season. Now, we know that Kane and Sonny have been absolutely prolific this season. 12 goals apiece in the league out of 18 games. For those that can do the maths, that's 2 goals in every 3, which is phenomenal. They are absolutely on form, but we've become a bit reliant on them. I think Ndombele has got 3 goals, which is the next closest in the league, which is a big gap. And we need someone from that right side of position, I think, to contribute. Even if not goals, then assists as well. Because at the moment, Moura's got 1, Bale has got 1 goal in the league, and I think Bergwijn's got none, but he's got 1 assist, which only came last week. So you can see that just their goal contribution is not great, and that needs to improve. So what I've done is just look at their stats over the last 3 seasons to see what the sort of the key contributions are in terms of that sort of attacking intent. And okay, one caveat to start with, which I'm sure people will pick up on, is that Bergwijn was playing in the Dutch league for 1.5 seasons of this, so, and he scored a lot of goals, something like 20 something goals in those 1.5 seasons. So his stats are going to be slightly skewed, but then again, you could argue that Bale was playing semi-regularly in a league which is probably a bit easier than the Prem as well, and got plenty of goals too. But let's just have a look at the key metrics and see what they tell us about the players. If you look at the key passes, which is basically a pass which then leads to an opportunity on goal, Bale he's got the least, 0.81 per game, and this is per 90 minutes, because I think that's the fairest way of judging it. There's lots of sort of sub appearances here and there which skew the per game stats. So this is per 90 minutes. Bale 0.81, Lucas 1.22, and Bergwijn up there with 2 key passes a game, which is good. Now, does that transfer into assists? Bale is actually slightly higher than Lucas. You can argue about that's maybe the quality of play that he's providing them to, but you know, if Lucas was getting them to Sonny and Kane, you'd expect that to be higher. So a bit of an odd one. And then Bergwijn 0.34. So again, his assists are higher than the others combined, as well as his key passes. So I think from Bergwijn, at least shows the sort of player that he is, that he's creative, he's getting around and he's creating chances. Then we look at the shots. Bale up on top with 3.62 per game, which shows that he's regularly trying to score goals, and we've seen that at Spurs as well. Okay, he's probably on free kick duty. I can't necessarily remember at Real Madrid whether he took all of them. I guess he would have done once Ronaldo left, but 3.62 is still an impressive amount of shots per 90 minutes. And Lucas 2.11 and Bergwijn up there 2.36. There's not much between them, but you can see that Bale clearly takes more shots than those two. How does that then translate into goals? Not that well for Bale. 0.35 goals per game. Lucas 0.34, so only just behind. Lucas maybe showing that he's a little bit more clinical, and Bergwijn with 0.27. But it shows that all of them can contribute goals when required. Lucas has just been on such a barren patch for so long. I guess most of those goals came in the seasons before, because I can't even, you know what I mean? He scored once this season in the league. He scored a few in the Europa League. And it's worth pointing out as well that these stats aren't just league stats. They do include European competition. So I think Lucas has scored 3 or 4 in the Europa League this year. So that's going to have bumped it up a little bit. Same with Bale. And then the 2 key metrics about ball possession, which I think is important to Jose. I think part of the reason why he chooses Bergwijn so much, if you look at his passing accuracy, which I don't have on the screen brilliantly, it's higher than the others. It's something around 85%. And I think when we're playing that sort of defensive type of football, and you need someone to put in a shift, he does that. Bale not so much, and Lucas on and off. Bergwijn, I think, puts in a shift and makes the right choices when he gets the ball. He's not too bad at ball retention, probably better than the others. And when we've got start a counter attack from maybe a ball out to one of the forward playing out balls, I think he makes the right choice more often than not, and retains that possession. Lucas, I think we all know that he loses the ball quite a bit. He seems to run down sort of dead ends a lot, and is slightly wasteful in possession. And Bale just isn't the player that we expected him to be when we signed him. He's nowhere near the player that he was when we sold him, and he's struggling to sort of even show the qualities that he was in Real Madrid for the last couple of seasons. He's rarely played, I guess, this season in the league, but Europa League, he's not really done much either, has he? Scored a few goals, but I just don't think he looks like the sort of player that's going to be contributing that many goals and assists this season, which is what we really hoped, that he was going to be a big sort of catalyst. So in that sense, it's good that Kane and Son have taken on that role, as they always do, but we were expecting a bit more from Bale. So let's look at these two stats. Unsuccessful touches. Now this is a difficult one because Bergwijn is much higher on 2.98, Lucas on 2.8, and Bale down on 1.54, because an unsuccessful touch is basically once you've gone on a dribble and you've lost possession. And if you don't ever go on any dribbles, you don't try and take anyone on, you're not going to have too many unsuccessful touches, which makes sense for Bale, to be honest. But Bale he's a quality player. He doesn't lose the ball too much, and I can understand that Bergwijn's quite young. He's still got a bit to learn. And yeah, you watch him in games and he does lose possession. He does try and take players on occasionally, and I think that's the difference. Like Lucas, for all the pace he's got, I don't feel like he tries to beat his fullback enough. But even so, 2.8 is quite high. So that explains that. But I mean, giving the ball away 3 times in 90 minutes is not the end of the world. And then if you look at dispossession, which is actually being tackled, not just losing the possession dribbling, like you've got the ball and you've been tackled by a defender. Bale, again, quite low, 1.09. Lucas, 2.22, which I don't think would surprise anybody. The fact that he's so small just means that it's a bit easier for defenders to get the ball off him. It just is. And then Bergwijn down on 0.63, which is really impressive. I mean, he's quite short, but he's a strong player, stocky, physical. And I think that's the thing. He doesn't lose the ball too often. When he's trying stuff, like unsuccessful touch is quite high because, when he goes on runs and tries to dribble past players, he will lose the ball more often. But just in possession as sort of like an out ball or an option to build play up, I think he plays very safe. And Jose trusts him for that reason. So as you can see from all of them, they've all got potential. They've all got goals in them. We remember Lucas's goal. We definitely remember Bale's goals. And like I said, Bergwijn scored loads in the Dutch league before he joined us. And we've seen him score that goal against Man City. We all thought, well, brilliant if he does this on a regular basis. And it's just been a difficult season for him. I would say with Bergwijn, it feels like he just needs to get that goal this season, and then a few more will come, because he's come very close in certain games, and he's definitely got an eye for goal. It's not quite happening for him this season. But look, we're at the halfway point. Let me know what you think Jose is going to do in your comments below for the rest of the season. Is he going to continue playing Bergwijn the most? Is he going to maybe start integrating Bale a bit more? We've got Wickham this evening, so it'd be interesting to see who starts in that game. But who would be your first choice to play on that right midfield position? And I hope all of you say Lamella, just to annoy HG. Anyway, cheers for listening to the guys. Don't forget to subscribe below and click the notification button to get a notification every single time we do a video. Till next time, come on you Spurs.